All right. Well, today we want to talk a little bit about a topic that, I don't know.
I just need a deep breath because I know the topic.
Oh, all right. We want to talk a little bit about texting. And actually, I think we should maybe do the whole show on text.
Why don't people text us right now? Yes.
Because they can't just yet. We haven't established a texting thing here at the Pulse Network, but we will soon. But in any case, all right. We want to talk about texting and whether or not it's, at what level of acceptability is it as far as being out, meeting people, dating. I think people have different opinions on what is appropriate and what is acceptable. You know, is it an acceptable form of communication nowadays when it comes to dating, meeting people?
Relationships.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Where does it fit?
All right. Who's going to lead it off here?
I think you are the Jacoby Ellsbury, the Carl Crawford, the Ricky Henderson.
I'm going to get us on base. Layla's going to drive it home.
Okay.
Let's go.
So anyway, I feel that if you meet a female, a feminina, if you will, out and about, and you exchange numbers, I think that in this day and age that we live in here in the 21st century, it is acceptable to make the first date via text. Now, I'm saying that based on experiences.
Okay.
Now, I have gotten the date via text, whether you like to hear that or not. It works, gentlemen. That's what I'm telling you. Now, I will also go on record. This is on record right now. I will say this right here.
7 people are watching right now, so.
Well, all 7 of you right now, I'm letting you know that once you've established that relationship, you got to knock it off with the text. And you can still do it. It's still acceptable. But once you're kind of established some sort of foundation, you got to pick up the phone a little bit more.
Okay, so Layla, before you go, so you think not only is it okay to kind of go back and forth, obviously, when you first meet somebody before you call, but it's okay to ask for a date via text?
I think it's okay. Hey, want to meet up for drinks? Just something light, something not something casual, you know.
Question.
I'm not asking her to go to a wedding via text.
So you say, oh, let's meet for drinks. Okay, fine.
What is this?
I don't, that was my, okay. Do you not speak on the phone at all prior to that initial meeting?
You can if you
Hey,
want to.
I'm here. I'm sitting at the bar next to you.
Well, then she would know.
No, but I mean, at what point do you, there's no contact except for the text. I'm asking you in these experiences.
Before the first date, yeah, I've been okay. I've been okay. But then again, I am going after 19-year-olds, so I don't know. No, I'm kidding. But yeah. But I think once you've established something, you've got to knock it off. You've got to start calling. You've got to start putting in your time.
Layla, do you require...
Why is it putting in time?
No,
It's definitely putting in time.
Just trying to be
It's definitely putting in time.
Layla, why is it putting in time?
Because...
Picking up the effing phone and making a phone call like a normal human being. Why is that putting in time? How hard is that?
I don't have time.
Well, I just think,
I don't have time for
I'm
that.
just, you know, I'm making a comedic metaphor.
So you
now you wouldn't. Now, do you mind if I? You wouldn't. You don't. Would you mind if a guy tried to set up drinks with you via text? I mean, hey, he's like, hey, we want to meet up this weekend. What are you up to?
No, that's fine. It happens. Like you said, that's fine. It's fine.
So you don't require the call beforehand?
It would be nice.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
I'm not putting much. I'm not going to expect much from the dude.
Right.
Going into the first date.
Do you ever expect much from the dude going into the first date?
Never.
Okay.
So I like to set the bar very low.
Yeah.
Right.
When there's been no real effort put into it prior. Like, how hard is it to pick up the phone and be like, hey,
to me, if you've already set the date.
Like, how hard is it to have a conversation before you even meet in person and get that initial conversation out of the way and be like, you know what, maybe I don't want to ever meet this person.
Well, see, you're talking about 2 different things. You're talking about texting when you haven't met somebody or texting when you met somebody out. That's a different thing.
See, I think if you've met somebody out and you've exchanged numbers and you're pursuing, you don't want to come on too strong. You know what I mean? You just want to let it just see what happens. You don't want to like be up in her face, you know, in her grill, as they like to say, right from the beginning. You want to see where it goes and just kind of lay the groundwork slowly. You gotta, come on, you gotta go with that. You know you don't like when they come on too strong. I know you told me, you said get off me. I know.
I think if you,
no, I didn't.
I think if you've met somebody, I mean, and then maybe this is just me not wanting to put the time in, but I think if you've met somebody, that I think texting is okay to set up a date via text if it's relatively consistent texting and not just like a couple of quick like, hey, let's meet out, whatever. If there's some kind of, if you're getting a feel for the person's personality and you're going back and forth a little bit, I think that is acceptable.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Okay. How do you get a feel for someone's personality over text?
You don't. That's why you have to meet and do it in person. You can't do it over the phone either.
I am very personality filled on text. I think you can definitely get my personality on text. You just don't return my text. That's why you don't get it. I'm very, by the way, I'm very funny on text, for those of you out there who, anyway.
It just takes him a while with his rotary cell phone. No, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, that to me, the in-person interaction with the person is the true test, whether this is going anywhere or whether it's stagnating. And you can only get that when you're in person.
What was the original question? Did we get off?
Well, to get to that, it's okay to text. Look, I've learned the hard way. I've been in relationships where I did too much texting and I was scolded for it. I was admonished for it. So I've learned that there comes a point where you need to cut it with the texting. But we're starting at the beginning here, and when you start up front like this, I believe, through personal experiences, that it's okay to text, to make the date initially.
Okay. I think there are